Um, I'll tell you where my focus is. I draw people and faces on location. I don't like to make them all one color. I certainly don't think I carry a skin color. Um, and I don't like expanding my palette a lot. So I try to mix skin tones from what I see. I usually try to mix them from red, yellow, blue, actually.
To mix them from what did you say?
From a red, yellow, and a blue. I usually mix from primaries. I do use a burnt sienna or something in there. But I think I mostly mix from red, yellows, and blues that I have in my palette. I think like everything else I do, I like the color to stay moving and not make a flat, mixed color and mix from there. That's just me. I'm super curious about how you do this stuff. Yeah,
Can
just
you can you tell us which red you use, which blue, which
I will tell you one thing that if you know me, you know that I do not know the names of some of the colors in my palette. I will tell you I have a warm-ish red. This is probably pyrrole orange, and I have two cool reds. Right now, I don't know what they are. In fact, when I put them in my palette, I think I put two in to see if I can tell the difference. One of them is probably Queen Rose. The other might be Aurelian Rose. I usually have warm red, cool red, my warm yellow. I call this my warm yellow. Right now, it's Monte Amita. What is it called? Monte Amita
Sienna.
Sienna.
something Sienna. Is yeah.
Yeah.
This is my warm, and I do not have a cool yellow. This is my Hansa yellow medium. So these are my two yellows: warm red, cool red, cobalt, ultramarine, cerulean. This is the
Okay.
cleanest my palette
You
gets.
think it's better to clean it for faces for skin?
If I want to paint, I'll do this quickly. If I wanted to paint a super pale tone, that's when I get into. I don't have a super pale tone here, but if I wanted what I think of as a super pale thing, if I have my blues in here, I can't get this. I'm starting with the girl with curly hair, just absolutely purely for palette cleaning reasons. She's my palest skin here. And only at the start of this will my palette be clean enough to handle that yellow, then it gets super dirty.
My magic yellow is now it's now it's now Daniel Smith is now selling it, but it's new in the Daniel Smith palette, but it used to exist all the time with Winsor & Newton. The Daniel Smith name of it is Chrome Titanate Yellow,
Okay.
and the Winsor & Newton name of it is Naples Yellow Deep.
And why is this magic for you?
It's a PBR 24. I know you hate me telling you
Oh,
about
no,
it.
no, no. It's not that I hate. I just don't understand. But
Okay,
go on.
so
There's people in the room that understand.
so what it is, it is between a Hansa yellow medium
Yeah.
and an earth yellow. So it can granulate with a lot of water, but it doesn't granulate when you don't put a lot of water. So I like to be able to do one or the other. And it mixes really nice with some pinks and things like that.
I usually use ochre and then add some either Quinn Rose or
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
the medium cadmium red medium.
well, I'm finding that I can't add blue because it's too wet, and it's just going to muddy everything up. So, because I'm just doing alla prima. So I'm only using I think it's a quinacridone, I don't know, yellow goldy thing. And
Ah,
I don't do this very often.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
paint faces this way.
I did my first, which I think is my palest face. I'm gonna go to, for me, I think that first lady with the bindi and two nose rings, because I think that's like a middle, to me, it seems like an accessible by starting with burnt sienna.
Yeah, that's the one I started with too.
Yeah. I think that's sort of the one in which I look at it and I can see closest a color that's lives in my palette being part of the mix.
And you're going in with watercolor pencil now?
I don't know what pencil this is. It's what I found. Yeah, this might be soluble, so you might have red running over it. Yeah, I wasn't
Hmm.
looking. Grabbed for, but I'm drawing lightly. I don't think this will stay. We'll see.
Also, another question, Suhita. Do
Yeah.
do you put some reflection colors of the clothes in the face? You know, when around the neck.
If you can see what happens with mine, things leak into each other. So yes, they end up there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when I'm working on location, but when I'm doing a whole sketch, I tend to like, especially if I have a teal sari or a neon sari, I'm gonna put teal somewhere else in the picture in a little pinch. And that's more a composition than a faced only thing. So sure, it might end up in the face sometimes. So this is why I have a hard time saying what I mix. I started with the brown and then I'm adding colors to it, if that makes sense.
I find I get very tentative to start, so I have a lot of water in my color and then it dries really light. And
Yeah. Mine, if you use your colors often, first of all, they're creamy. So I'm not using water to activate my palette. It's already creamy.
Mhm.
And yeah, if you haven't opened your palette by your third one, it'll get creamy enough. So just do a quick first one.
Oh, I'm liking the idea of purples for the darks.
Well, I'm finding that I think I have a cobalt violet.
Uh-huh.
Adding that is really because it's Winsor Newton and it granulates like mad.
So my base
Yeah.
for my starting point is Maniata something or other, I don't remember. And
Is it a cool red, warm red?
oh no, it's a ochre.
Oh, this Monte Amita thing. Yes.
Yeah,
Same,
that
same.
one. And Quinn Rose.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
that's where I start
So
with.
a cool red, right? I do find that if I switch to a cool red,
Yeah.
I can make paler, cleaner tones, because when
Yes.
I use my warm reds, I end up in this orangey area, which I think of, and I'm super generalizing, I think of as the undertone of browner skin. Okay, this is the guy I want purpley tones in. We'll see. And for that, I will use my, in fact, this might be Quin Rose.
And then I push it around from those two colors. Then I, push it around for some other shades of.
Yeah. For anybody that was asking, I do have a purple in my palette. I never remember what it is, and I'm going to take it out because I tend to mix red and blue. I always like in watercolors not having a really, what do you call it? A really unified sort of monotone. So I tend to do this, put it in my palette and work from the mix. Otherwise it's too flat for me. Sometimes in talking pigments, I forget how much I can vary the amount of water and make changes. But as always, especially if you are either a skilled portraitist or a watercolor artist, it's pretty obvious. I sort of have a working knowledge that works with me for both. And the reason we do these sessions and never ever call these workshops is because it's sort of a collective. What do you do? What do I do? And then sharing our work and seeing what other people use. So I'm excited to see what people are doing. Yes.
Are you trying to stay in the realistic colors or not? Because I am not.
What am I trying to do? I'm trying to convey he has a really dark skin. I just don't want to end up with a trap I often end up with. Like I will just make that a dark brown, like a burnt sienna dark brown face. And
Yeah.
that's not what I noticed. It looked really purple to me, but I always worry with really dark skin, with getting into this area where I put down thick pigment and then you can't see into the face. It's something I haven't been able to solve well. And I don't like my current solution, which is to lighten the face.